Hey guys, darthbools here. Bit of a different thing today. I've changed my room around, so I wanted to show you guys that, and then it's given me a sort of chance to talk about my vintage stuff and my love for Star Wars vintage. So let me just give you a quick look at what I've done. Before my Star Wars, my original figures are all here. So now I've just put like it's sort of vintage collection things there, vehicles and such. So I've moved my stuff to here, so I've put all my original figures here, and I think that kind of goes well because I've got a whole sort of vintage feel going on to it. And I just wanted to kind of say that because I collect a lot of Star Wars stuff from vintage to modern, but for me vintage has always been a constant. It's always been my biggest sort of love. And because I started collecting Star Wars and found Star Wars, really my love of Star Wars in I think it was about 1989. I was 4 years old, and inherited all my figures off my brother, and then after that figured out what they all were and watched the films and stuff, and started collecting around 1990, probably 1991. So it's been over 20 years now I've been collecting, way over really, and my collection as it stands at the minute, I've had all sorts of different things, sold things, swapped things, so my collection's changed a lot over the years, and yeah, I've always loved vintage. The new stuff's amazing, and at the time when I started collecting, it was the time before Power of the Force 2, so it was the very early 90s, and the only things that you could get were the original vintage stuff. So it's always been a sort of major love of mine, nostalgia, and just the quality of them, really. I'm just going to give you a quick look at them, because on the other shelf I've never been able to give you a really decent look. So what I've done with the shelf is I've got the A New Hope stuff, and then sort of Empire stuff into Return of the Jedi stuff. And I love them. The quality, sheer quality of them, is just awesome. It's just untouchable. They've got a feel to them that's just a look and a feel that's just really cool. And as every collector loves, I love when I buy a vintage original figure on the card. I want it to be mint. I love it to be mint and pristine, and same as like when you buy vehicles and stuff, and the boxes, you want them to be pristine. But also, as much as I love that, when I buy loose figures, when I buy like these figures, I really like, in some ways I love it like that they've got wear, like not to the point where they're broken or anything, but just a little bit of play wear. Like this one, for example. This is one that I inherited off my brother, and he bought it as a kid. He ripped it out of the packaging, he played with it, got older, and then gave them all to me, and then same as me as a kid, playing with them. And I know the backstory to that, whereas some of these I don't know the stories to. Like this one, this Han Solo, I bought that I bought that one probably about 11 years ago now, quite a long time ago. But before that, I don't know, who owned it, and the history, and it's just cool thinking about what happened. Was it some small kids who bought these, ripped them out of the boxes, and now they've grew up and they passed them on or sold them, or who had them next? And there's just really great stories that the possibility of some of the ones I have here, the cool stories behind them, and that's just really, I just kind of love that, and I love the fact that they look played with. At the same time, I do love them in mint condition. Like what have I got? I've got this this Lando Calrissian. It's absolutely pristine, absolutely mint, and I love that. But like I said, at the same time, I love it like where's another one? Like my Fett. That's another Boba Fett one I inherited off my brother. When it gets to the extent of this one, I don't like it so much. This figure is destroyed. I've not got his lightsaber or anything, so that's one of the next ones on my list that I'm buying. I'm going to be rebuying Luke with his lightsaber and in a lot better condition than that. But then at the same time, like I said, stuff like this Han Solo, it's got notable playwear, but it's still really nice, and it's just cool. You know, that's just my opinion. I just like the like to think of that and like the history and stuff. It's just really cool. So I've displayed them there. I think it goes well, and I've obviously put my carded vintage here, and then some recarded there, and then my box stuff there, and a little tri logo hand there. And then obviously I've swapped out. I had the big trilogy posters there, but I've swapped it out for a smaller, like they're smaller ones in a frame. So I think that works really well. It gives me more room to do stuff, and I've just put my friend's Royal Guard picture that he did me there. So any feedback on that anyway, guys? What you think like to the new sort of this new corner, what I've done to it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of really share with you guys my one sec. Just share with you guys my reason for sort of like the love of the vintage, really. Like I said, I've started collecting late 80s, early 90s, and inherited it off my brother, and that's how I really got into it. And he's still a big fan, so it's always cool talking to him. And yeah, that's how I think how my obsession began, really. But yeah, like I said, guys, I just any thoughts or feedback would be appreciated, just to sort of tell me what you think of the new display. And that's it for now, guys. Like I said, rolling around the payday soon, so I will be getting some more new pieces, which are going to be I'm going to be reviewing, getting some cracking pieces. I really want to get it. It's ridiculously cheap again in the Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. It's got a Tri logo TIE Interceptor, original Return of the Jedi one, absolutely mint in the box, and it's really cheap. So I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that he's got that still when I get paid, because I'm definitely going to be buying that. But other than that, guys, yeah, cheers. Take care.